One of the things that we wanted to show you is that the materials in the atrium are created by the people in the parish. That they take time to cut them out of wood, to paint them, to finish them and get them ready. The work that's here on the table is one of the primary works in the Catechesis of the Good Shepherd, and it is the sheepfold with the shepherd. This work, the children have several lessons that they do with it. And as they work with it, the sheep are moved. They move out of the sheepfold. The shepherd is the one who calls the sheep by name. And the children learn the lessons about this. They have booklets like this. And in these booklets are the actual words from Scripture. They are placed in here and read to the children. So the children are actually getting Scripture. And when the story has been read, that is the words of Scripture, and the story is finished, the catechist sits with the children and says, I wonder what it was like to be the sheep. I wonder how the shepherd felt. And the children and the catechist wonder together about the mysteries of God. The children in the atrium learn that in order to define their own space, to have a place in the atrium that is theirs to work, they can go and get a mat from the basket. And they learn how to unroll the mat. And all of the children learn to respect that space as being someone's space. So if they were to pass around, they would carefully walk around that space, knowing that this space is already set aside for someone's work. The child would then go to the shelf and get a work off of the shelf and bring it to their mat where they could work with it. They can also bring the booklet that has the story that on a different day the catechist had showed them. There's the land of Israel and the words of Scripture that tell the story. This is a story of the life of Christ. And you'll notice in the atrium that any of the stories that are of the actual life of Christ are always with three-dimensional figures. The three-dimensional figures are in contrast to the two-dimensional figures that we see used in the parables. All the parables have two-dimensional figures. All the stories of the life of Christ and other figures of history are three-dimensional. These figures tell the story of the presentation of Jesus at the temple. Joseph and Mary have come to the temple, and Simeon is waiting there. They bring the Christ child to the temple, and Simeon receives the Christ child and declares blessings over him. In the story that the children receive, they get the whole story from the Scripture in the booklet, and they learn about the life of Christ. These figures have been built, created, and painted by members of the parish. Both adults and older children have worked in the preparation of these materials for the atrium. We are very excited about bringing the Catechesis of the Good Shepherd here to St. Mark's. And one of the reasons is because as we pondered, and there was a group of people that met and thought about what are the needs here in our community. What is it that we long for and we are searching for? And one of the things that is so true about those of us who live in the area around St. Mark's Church is that our lives are very, very busy. That there is always pressure. There's always push. There's always a next thing to go to. There's programs that the children are in and sports and activities. The parents have multiple commitments and everyone is going all the time. And we've realized that one of the things that we truly need is a chance to stop, to just be, and to dwell in the presence of the moment, to recognize God's presence among us, and to recognize the beauty around us. And this program speaks to that. This program draws the children's attention to things of beauty. The children are encouraged to look at beautiful works of art, at flowers and other things, and they're taught to pause and admire. And this is one of the things that they learn in this space, is that we can take time to pause and to take in beauty and to admire it and to give thanks to God. They are given freedom in this space to spend time in silence and invited and learn how to do that. And they are given the freedom to take their time with the works that are here and to spend as much time as they need with a given work. rather than being rushed from one activity to the next. The atrium is a place to dwell in the quiet and to be with the Good Shepherd.